This video is brought to you by Squarespace. 5 months ago, I decided it was time to renovate our 120-year-old staircase. We actually began this project last year with high hopes of putting in swanky inbuilt paneling, needless to say, and as you can probably see, we never finished it. So we decided to leave the swanky decor until we'd properly renovated the house and finally repaired this hallway back to its former glory. But this isn't the true before, so let's go back 3 years ago to 2018 when we bought the house and hear past Laura's hopes for the space. Up another flight of stairs, we've got these lovely funky carpets and this wallpaper runs all the way up, so that's going to be a good job to get rid of. We've got a big window here which doesn't open. Again, I want to change all of it long term, the windows to double glazed sash windows. So this floor, a lot of stuff has been left, so it's quite hard to visualize what it may be like, but we've got a really big hallway up here. Obviously all of this stuff from the previous house owner is going to be gone, and then we're going to have a lovely big space here, and I think I would like some built-in perhaps storage here. We also need to change it so that our attic hatch goes in here, because currently it's in that room. And that room was a storeroom which we have turned into a bathroom. I'll link that video below. But obviously we didn't want a loft hatch in the bathroom because we couldn't access it. Now, if you follow me every week, you're probably saying, at long last, Laura, have you actually finally finished these stairs? And you'll have seen me go through the first beginnings of the process, but I thought I would recap if you haven't. I started with the good old peel away. Now, one of the main reasons that we wanted to renovate these stairs and bring them right back to wood is because I don't think these stairs had been properly stripped back to wood since they were first put in, so 120 years ago. Now, our house, when we purchased it, had probably been renovated 30-40 years prior to us purchasing it, so it was in a bad condition, but some of it had been updated. These stairs, although yes, they had probably been sanded and repainted, they hadn't been stripped back in many years. And the main reason for us doing this is lead paint. If you don't know, lead paint is quite bad, especially if it gets up into the atmosphere, so if it gets dusty, and when you're treading on things like stairs, that is something that can happen in opening windows, for example. So we really wanted to get this off because we hope that this is going to be a really long-term family home. Now, don't get your hopes up if you're thinking, oh yay, they're stripping it all back to wood. We are revealing more of the wood, especially on the treads, but we are not bringing it right back to wood.
I want to get it done today. I want to get all the paint gone from the stairs.
Oh, this Laura was optimistic, but it took months of scraping, sanding, scraping, sanding, scraping, sanding, scraping, sanding, and so. By now, as I'm sure you have had enough of watching me sand and scrape, I had had enough of the stairs, so I turned my attention back onto the walls and the window. Quite frankly, here we were going backwards from the wood that we had spent quite a long time putting on for the paneling, but this mistake was a happy coincidence because it meant that time passed and we could save and afford to put in a new window, and for me, I think that's so worth it. So we stripped off all the wood, and then we were able to put in the window before getting this area reboarded and plastered. Oh, yeah, movement.
Watch your little finger.
Oh my god! No way. It's out.
Fresh air.
Fresh air.
Oh, it is nice.
It is really nice.
Well done.
Window somehow, I don't know how, successfully in. We now fix our mistake, and while we do, one thing that certainly wasn't a mistake was choosing Squarespace for my website. The all-in-one website building platform are kindly sponsoring this section of today's video and a big part of why we get to do this. So thanks, Squarespace. Unlike our hallway, building my website was quick, seamless, and hassle-free. It has everything I need, including links to my main socials and emails, a contact page, InstaShop, about page, and blog posts, all easily created and managed by me, but they also have wonderful support. So if you do feel like you're stuck or you need a little bit of advice on something, they have lots of support. My favorite is the online chat. So if you need a new website and you're looking or you want to change your provider, I would highly recommend Squarespace. You can use my link, which will get you 10% off your first domain or website. But for now, back to the hallway. We have been finishing, Ollie has been finishing the skirting board this morning. Last piece going in. We've got the plasterer booked in now. So finally, we get a neat and tidy hallway. Does it fit?
It does, I just had it in there a second ago. It is a bit of a wiggle.
Oh, now that is exciting. In between all of this, I got my first wish from 2018. When we bought the house, we put wardrobes into the space to give us storage. We did a IKEA hack to make them look traditional and fit in with the Victorian era. We love the storage. It makes such a difference in the space. It makes it a little bit less echoey, but we did a whole video on this, which I will link below, how we hacked the IKEA wardrobes. But we installed these before we got on with the final filling, the last sand, and then thankfully onto the painting. Can't hear you. Text me.
Shane's gone.
Okay.
Okay.
My camera very annoyingly decided to wipe over the clip where I just did the first coat of the top coat. This is Bianco by Fired Earth, and you can see the change in the colour from the ceiling, the white. On camera it looks a lot more grey, but in real life it's kind of like a warm off-white. And I've gone most of the way down the stairs too, but not all the way because the disaster. So I've gone down to the bottom of the stairs, and then we're gonna have to sort out that doorway and the hallway at the bottom before I do that. But it looks so gorgeous and light and bright here. Can't tell you how good this feels. Fresh coat of paint. Today's the day. It's only taken me like 6 months more than I thought it would to get to here, but I'm here. I'm so grateful. I'm so glad. As you may be able to see, I've been sanding again this morning. After I said I was done with the stairs, they weren't done. They needed more before I stain and paint them. But I'm at that point. I'm literally looking at the stain down there now. I'm a little bit nervous. It's always difficult when you spent so long on something to then cover it or change it. I'm not nervous about the colour. It's the same colour as on this top floor, and we absolutely love it. I'm just nervous that I'm gonna F it up and spray it all over somewhere, and then it's gonna be all mottled and patchy. But let's hope I don't do that. I just have to go tread by tread. I'm gonna try and take you with me, but obviously I need to try and take the camera down as I do it, because I'm then gonna leave it to dry. I don't wanna just leave my camera up here running. So this is where we are. So I'm gonna start here, then move on down the treads, doing every 2, and then I have to wipe it off afterwards. We're using the stain from Morals. If it's good enough, I was gonna say if it's good enough for the Queen, I can't say it anymore. But if it's good enough for the Royals, it's good enough for us. It's a few hours later and this is when the floor comes to life. The stain always seems a bit scary. It's quite dark. When it goes on, it looks a bit rustic. And then to sort of just run up the stairs, you put on this GP sealer, which looks and feels, trying to pour it everywhere, a little bit like PVA. It goes on like a watery coat, so easy to put on in comparison to the stain, but look at this. So this is the before, and this is with the sealer on. Looks so good. Answer. I'm trying to film a video. Yeah, I've done one step. He needs something on the top floor, so I'm pausing, but little reminder, don't get too scared when the stain goes on, because this will make it look beautiful. Wait, look at this.
Oh, it's looking good.
So much better.
So much better. It always looks better once you put that.
This is the last time going up there.
So glad you hadn't painted more steps. Oh, where is it?
Today is a painting day. That's why I've got my frog tape here, because I'm hoping that I'm not going to get any on our now beautifully stained and stained and sealed steps. They actually look amazing. Let me show you. I'm thrilled with how they turned out, and the floor, and it goes all the way down. However, these look okay, but the posts, I haven't sealed these in or done a GP sealer, anything on these. This is literally just the stain. But for some reason, I think it must be the grit of the sandpaper, because the stain just hasn't taken to some of the areas. So unfortunately, even though parts of them like this is absolutely fine, you can see here it's mostly just in the gaps. I'm gonna have to be resanding these. But I'm leaving that for today. I'm moving on to the painting. I've done one step and I'm thinking, is this worth it? That's how patient I am. I'm gonna try painting them without taping. I'd say I'm a careful painter, so let's see. Honestly, that first bit took me far too long. I think I'm gonna have to come back to you because I will have no camera battery. Definitely ended up using tape. I for sure needed it. I mean, the stairs are still, even though we have really worked on them, they've still got lumps and bumps. So the painting's not perfect. Obviously this is the primer, so I am doing this prior to filling all of the little gaps. So after this, you can see I'm gonna go in and fill. I brought the filler up somewhere down there. I'm gonna fill, then I'm gonna need to sand again, then I'll prime again. But it's actually brightened them up so much more than I was expecting, because obviously the dark wood does darken the space slightly. I am gonna, this here, I mean, I don't think I started till like perhaps 10:30, but it's already 12 o'clock and I'm hungry for lunch, so I'm gonna have some lunch. Then I'll come back and do this bit, which I think will be just really lovely to see all the detail come out. But I've still got all of these to do. It's literally going to take me all day just to prime them. Here's me trying to decipher which spindle goes into which hole. Let me tell you, it's a lot harder than it looks. But we got these sent off to be professionally dipped. You can search in your local area. Basically what they do is put your items into a big vat of paint stripper and they come back looking beautiful. This was much more cost effective than us spending our time taking all of the paint off ourselves. Oh, I wish I could have taken the whole staircase apart and sent it off. But putting them back together is another story. But at least this is when things start to look pretty. Right, so time to shine. Time to shine. It's a little bit later. The spindle's very nearly done. We just had some lunch and Ollie has built the surround, which he's bringing up in one go. You can see all the little packers on there, ready and waiting. And we've got a little sill. Oh wow. Why did you have me here? Just to complain at me? Don't touch it, don't do that! Oh babe, the packers come out the side.
Oh yeah, I knew that would happen.
You knew that.
I knew that. You can go for a look at it now if you want.
I can go have a look at it. Have you seen it? Yeah.
No.
So do you want me to wait for you?
No, you can go have a look.
No, I'll wait for you.
Not actually, no, you're gonna have to go have a look. This is slightly too high.
Oh, it looks so good. I don't know why I feel pretty emotional. It looks so good.
Oh, that does look good,
It
doesn't
does look good.
Really good.
Like it looks, I don't know.
Looks like it was supposed to be there.
It really finishes that off, doesn't it? It's madhouse this morning, but it's done. We did it. Oh, isn't she a beauty? Of course we finished on the gloomiest day, but you heard me. We're finished. The stairs are done. Up here anyway, it's so wonderful because obviously we've really worked hard on this top floor to get it finished. And now the hallway, the stairs are in keeping with it, and this whole top area is done, and we can move forward down to this beauty. So obviously there's still a little bit more hallway to do, but this is the majority of our hallway and area. Oh, and if you are new, the loft hatch did go in, the wardrobes went in. We went for much slimmer wardrobes that weren't too overpowering. I didn't do it all the way to the end of the hallway because I felt like it could be quite overpowering. And I imagine putting something sweet here, like quite decorative, maybe like a console and some pictures. Because of course the one thing we're missing here now is life. It needs some life, it needs some colour, it needs some pictures. But I'm very reluctant to do that until the dust from the job down there is finished. So I'm gonna have to wait a little bit longer to bring some life into it. But it's fresh, it's clean, it's ours. It feels really good. And you know the saddest thing? I'm so excited to clean them because they're just so wonderful and sleek and will be easy to clean. I'm thrilled and so looking forward to moving down to the next area, which we can officially do now. If you're not subscribed already, definitely subscribe because we have some exciting things coming with that project down there. And if you are a subscriber, thank you for sticking with me on this staircase journey. I know it's been a long one, but I think it's been worth it. And hopefully I won't have to do it again for a very long time. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.